Side was 6.2 organic matter, and the other was 6.5. Okay, next one. I got 60 ADAs here, days per acre, and with the higher stock density, I got 73. I got anywhere with the higher stock density, I can gain anywhere from 20 to 30% utilization of the grass. Okay, keep going. Now here's the litter. Even with the high stock, that 100 and something thousand pounds of beef per acre. See how everything is still off the ground some? This is tighter, packed tighter to the ground, so it feeds the microorganisms in the soil. Next one shows in closer. Keep going. Another one. See, I got it real close and see how it's tamped right to the ground. All the litter is broke up into smaller pieces and break down quicker. Okay. Keep going. Now this is the regrowth on the keep going. That one more. This is on the lower stock density there. That was the regrowth of most of the alfalfa. Next one. Okay. And this is where the higher stock density was. This is 15 feet apart. Okay. And then the next year I went out and I took the soil temperatures. Okay, this is on the higher stock density. The next one, 56. Okay, next one is 90 above outside when I was doing this, and that's hot for me. And it sometimes gets to 100. Okay, next one, 74. Okay, see it stayed the same, and the other went higher. Whoop, look at that. Went higher here to 76. And the neighbors right across the road was 10 degrees warmer than both of these. I don't know what's doing it, because all the experts tell me when you pack your soil it's supposed to be warmer. But what I think is happening is I've got all my earthworms and all the microorganisms in there, and it warms it up quicker in the spring, and it's all full of holes, and it stays cooler in the summer. There's so much of this, we have no idea what's happening. We see it happening, but we don't know what's going on. Do we really have to know? As long as we know it's coming, as long as it's working for us, does it really matter? Okay? Yeah, this is just 1 million pounds of beef per acre. Now, certain times of the year, with stock density like this, you watch the cows, and they'll come in and take the leaves off the trees. And you test those leaves, and there'll be higher sugar content in the grass. This summer, the summer before last, when Terry was up doing his class, they wanted to see his bat latch work. So we had it set up, and they all went out to watch the bat latch go off. And the cows went down this long strip, and at the far end, the wire was up on the grass, and they ate the grass, and it was high enough they could walk under. So they all walked under and made their own move. And they came down, so everybody went back, and I got everything sorted around, put around, and then they came up and watched the cattle eat. The bat latch flies open, they all go in and start eating, and we were sitting on the ground watching all these cows eat. And we noticed they were all eating the litter from last year off the ground. And some of them were wondering, are they hungry, or why are they eating litter? And all this green grass is there. And we got looking at the plants, and they had come down the strip, and they'd taken all the seed heads off the whole strip that was supposed to be for all day in just a few hours, in an hour. They took all the seed heads off, and then we started looking at the manure. We couldn't figure out that day. And I went up the next morning to the new paddock, and I got looking at the manure, and it told the story. What happened was the manure early in the day, when the first paddock, it was all splattered all over the place. The protein or the sugar content was way too high. They had the scours, and then later on in the day, it looked like sliced bread down the field. They'd taken all the litter off the ground and balanced their sugar intake, and it took the manure the other way. So you can tell a lot with your manure what's happening with your animals. Okay? I do have a lot of time, don't I, Ray? Okay, this is Chad Peterson. We're finding, I haven't got the results yet. They told me the ones I had for them last year are gaining higher on Chad. he buys second, third cut animals, I guess, and he got 4.2 pounds gain on the heifers, on a feed conversion 6.69 to 1, and they said that that was like going to set a record for heifers in that feed lot. And the guy had been running one for 30 years and said he'd never seen cattle come on to feed as good as these did. But Chad and I both talked, and we figured they're so used to eating, and they got big guts on them, look like pregnant peanuts when they leave. And I just up and I phoned Temple Grandin, because I'll phone anybody, it doesn't matter who it is. I phoned Ray one time, didn't I? I phoned anybody. If they got something I need to know, I phone them. They don't know who I am, and they can hang up on me, and usually they're more than willing to share what they know with you. So if any of you want to take a card, I'll have cards out. Phone me on any time. I'm usually down at dinner time for my nooner. And 15 minutes, the wife will get me off the couch. But I enjoy sharing stuff with people because it's the only way we're going to learn, because we're not going to get taught by the experts. Okay? Now this is Jim's stuff. I thought just go through it. The mob grazing, I'll show you a picture of what happens in a couple hours, okay? Next one. That's the cow piles. They're splattered and they're tramped into the ground. I'm recycling things fast. I don't know how long it takes. Like, it's just instant pretty well. Okay? It's just about supper time. We don't want to be late for supper. As soon as you're ready for supper, call, because that's one thing I don't like to be late for. Okay, keep going. Okay, yeah, the first type of animals I want to feed in my system. Okay, just click right through these. Or these little guys in the soil. This is compliments of Jill Clapperton. If you guys ever get a chance to listen to Jill, you can spend all day listening to her. You'll learn more from her than any woman I've ever listened to. She's just unbelievable, this woman. Okay? Now this is the second type. This is what I like to see in see the two heads. Okay, go back to the other head. See how the jaw is square, the eyes and the width of the nostrils are about the same width. Okay? See this one here, how their eyes are wider and narrow. She can eat out of a Coke bottle. And you look over the top, she's the same way. She can split a raindrop. Okay?
So you say which one do you like best?
To go with or to have?
To have and gray.
The first one. The black one with that type of head. What you see in the head, that's what be behind it. Okay, we'll just keep going here now.
Okay. About 15 minutes, will that be good?
Yeah, I'll quit whenever to supper. I don't want to be late for supper. I can finish afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Now see here the one with the square head, from the point of that elbow to the flank. See how much gut she's got underneath? See this other one? There's very little gut. That's the factory. Okay, keep going. See this one here? Okay, keep going. Now see how round this Hereford is? Look at this one here, how flat-sided she is.
But if you sell
now,
something like that, they won't give you, they'll die you. They think she's pregnant or something.
Yeah, but if you're a grass farmer, those are the ones that are really lean on grass. Things are going to change. We can't afford to keep feeding these things. They're going to have to change. Okay? Okay, keep going. Okay, 2004 I had 1,193 acres with 396 head. So I used 3.02 acres per animal. Okay. In 2005, 640 on the same for 1.8. Okay, and I had 24% of my acres rolling grazed once, so that was stockpile grass for the next year. Okay, then I used 800, went up to 800 and some, and I only used 1.3. Yeah, and 46% of my acres rolling grazed once. Okay, keep going. I had heifers, and this neighbor here, they're the second generation of feeding yearlings there, and they say 1.5 on their steers over all the years is average gain for them, okay? I got 1.71 on the heifers, and he got 1.83 on his, okay? He had gained 220 pounds on 200 head, big number divided by the acres. He got 68 pounds of beef per acre. Yeah, keep going. I got 2.6. And I had 152 pounds of beef per acre, so I had 84 pounds of beef per acre more than he did. There's just, I put how many pounds of beef on a section, and I just put $1 or 75 cents, so it makes a big difference pretty quick. Another thing I'm finding with doing this high stock density, I'm moving so fast that I broke the fly cycle. A fly is 4 to 7 days or 5 to 7 days, and it's an adult. It only flies 100 feet from the cow pie that it's in, and it lives for, I think it's 45 days, and my recovery time is 60. Yeah. We got all different kinds of, yeah, we got horn flies, but because of the cycle of them, I'm moving so fast, and in 4 to 5 days, I'm a long ways from where they've hatched. And the way that I found this out was, one year I was grazing, and I moved them to where there was some good sod, this was early on, to hold them because it was really wet. And then it dried up, and instead of finishing the last 2 or 3 paddocks, I moved to where I wanted to be. And then I came back in about 30 days, and all of a sudden I got flies and pink eye, and I couldn't figure out. So I found a guy that knew something about flies in the States somewhere, and I remember phoning him, and that's the reason I'm breaking the fly cycle, is because I'm moving so fast. And if you have I'll show you this later, okay? Keep going. Okay, I get an average of 81 ADAs per acre. The neighbor got 30, okay? So I take my ADAs minus his, is 487, and then times what I was getting back then for an ADA, that's $33.88, okay? And I was using about 10 acres a day. And to do the extra moves, that was back when I was doing it without the bat latches. This was all hand doing it. It was taking me an extra 3.5 hours. So that was about $96 an hour to ride around on my quad and move fences. So, and have fun. So what more could I ask for? Okay? Not to focus my management on strategy to get rid of what I don't want. Okay? Instead, focus on what you do want to create. Okay? I wanted healthy soils with perennial ground cover. The management tool I used was high stock density with long recovery periods. And the long recovery periods, that is the biggest mistake most people get into this. They do not leave it long enough recovery periods. They come back too quick. Okay? Okay, this is my seeding equipment. I got an air seeder. That's my air seeder. I throw it into the seed into the air. Here's my heavy harrows. I got 3,200 feet of heavy harrows. Okay. This is go back. I can't. Yeah, one pass seeder fertilizer and heavy harrows. What I'm doing some now is you can't seed your fluffy seeds like your brooms and that. In with your salt, but your hard seeds like your alfalfas and legumes and that, put it in with your minerals, and it goes through the cows, and it will germinate. And see here, okay, there's the cow pie with nothing in it. There's, okay, keep going, and there's without any seed in the salt. And that one's a year old, okay, it was silver, it turned silver gray. Okay, next one. See all the little legumes starting to seed? I have never spent any more than, I don't know if the seed guys are here or not. They might not.